Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is our 22nd tutorial of Power BI. In the previous class, we have covered the basic aggregation DAX functions. And in today's class, we will cover up some more DAX functions. But before moving to that topic, I would like to tell you one another difference of implicit measure and explicit measure, which we have talked in 19th tutorial, which was first part of our DAX class. So there I talked about implicit measures and explicit measures. So here I will clear the difference between implicit and explicit. So go to our visual page, and in previous video we have covered sum, average, max, min, and we have created the measures by clicking new measures and create our DAX function. So I'll show you the measures, and we have calculated the total cost with the help of some measure DAX function. So these measures are created by ourselves. This is not a part of Power BI. So that measure is known as explicit measure. So now question is, what is implicit measure? Let's say we want to calculate the total cost with the help of implicit measure. So I'll take the card visual first, and I will drag the simply cost column in card visual. So let me type my column name, which is cost, and drag into the card visual. So we guys can see, without creating any measure, we have total cost here. We do not use any sum function because it's already ticked. So these are the implicit measure, guys. You can convert into the average without using DAX function. You can convert into the minimum, and you can also convert into the maximum without using any DAX function. So these measures are known as implicit measures. In this way, you can also use the count of anything. Let's say you want to count the name of customer name. So what I'll do, I just simply search my customer name column and put it into the card visual. And we guys can see card visual picks the first name of the column name according to the ascending order, which is Anjit Roy. So let's go to the data set, and here I'll sort this column according to the ascending order. So we guys can see Anjit Roy comes first. So that's why the card visual picked the Anjit Roy. And we want to check the customer count. As we know in previous video, the customer count is 20. So I'll just simply go there and click this count. So in this way, we can also calculate the count function without using DAX. So the measure which we have created by self, it's known as explicit measure. And the measure which are given under the drop down list, these known as implicit measure. So I hope you guys have clear understanding about the explicit and implicit measure. And now we will study some more DAX function. So again, go to the Microsoft link of DAX reference. And in previous class, we have covered these basic aggregation functions. And now we will study date and time function. So we will click this link. And we will cover up few DAX functions from this category. So first we will study calendar function. Go to the data set. So let's say we want to create our own calendar. So with the help of calendar DAX function, we can create our own calendar. So from here, guys, I'll take the new table. So go to the modeling tab and click here, guys, new table, because we are creating a new table. And now I will start to write my DAX. Let's say the column name is calendar. And now I'll write my DAX function, which is calendar. So this is the second function, guys, which is calendar. Now here are two parameters, which is start date and end date. So here, guys, I want to make my own calendar from January 2020 to 31st December 2022. So we have to put one more DAX function, which is date. and now bracket start. And in date function, we have three more parameters, which is year, month, and day. So let's say our year is 2020, comma, our month name is 01, which is January, and our day is 31st, and close the bracket. And our second parameter of the calendar DAX function is and date. So again, we have to put another DAX function, which is date. And now I'll enter my date, which is 2022, month is 12th, which is December, and the day is 31st. And now I close the bracket and press enter. So now we guys can see we get the calendar table. So we have learned calendar as well as date DAX function. Now we will study about year DAX function, how it is performed. So I'll take the new column here, guys, and we will fetch the year only from this calendar date. So let me rename my column name, which is year. And here I put the year DAX function, which is YEAR bracket start. And now it's asking for the parameter, which is date. So our date is this column date. So I'll select this column name, which is date. And here is the calendar table name and the column name, which is date. So I am taking the date here, not the DAX function date. So I click here and close the bracket. Now we guys can see only year has fetched from the date column. So in this way, you can use this year DAX function. And the last DAX function of our today class is dated diff, which means we can calculate the difference between two dates. If you want to see the difference between two dates, then you can use this function. So let's see the practical, guys. Go to our sales table. And here we have two dates column, which is order date and ship date. And we want to see the difference between two dates. So what we need to do, we need to simply add new column here, guys, and write our DAX function, which is dated diff. So my column name is difference of dates. And I'll write my DAX function here, which is dated if. And here we have three parameters, which is date 1, date 2, and interval. So here, guys, our first date is order date. So I'll write the column name here, which is order date. Then press comma. Then the second parameter is date 2, which is our ship date. So I'll write here ship date. And the last one is interval. That means on what basis we want to calculate our difference, like day wise, column wise, hour wise, minute wise, week wise, and so on. So we want to see the difference between day wise. So I'll press day here and close the bracket and press enter. And here is the difference, guys, between two dates. Let's say order date is 15th of March and the ship date is 19. So as we know, 19 minus 15 is equal to 4. That means our function is perfectly fine. In this way, you can calculate other dates. 19 minus 17 is 2. 7 minus 1 is 6. So it will get the right output. So that means we have calculated the right difference. And in very similar way, you guys can also change the interval accordingly. So please make your practice yourself. So I'll just change the interval this time. Let's say we want to calculate hours. So let me put hours here and press enter. So it's displaying the hours between 15 March till 19 March. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learn more things about Power BI. And I would suggest one thing to you guys, please make a separate note of each and every topic. And whatever difference which I have told you, please write those difference in a separate notebook. That will surely help you in an interview, because mostly recruiters ask the question on the basis of differences. So be prepare yourself from beginning. So please share this channel in your network who really want to learn Power BI from scratch. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share and press the bell icon as you will miss an update. Thank you so much guys.